So it's good. It's good that we got these recordings, and stuff. I don't know if you guys have access to the recordings yet. You probably do. I suggest you get into the ACC cloud, get into the Revit videos, the Naviswork videos, all those videos, watch them. Watch them. They're going to be the best thing for you right now. These videos are very, very helpful. And then on YouTube as well, you can look up Revit, Navisworks, AutoCAD, Inventor, all those, and you can get a lot more training on those as well. So I know that everybody don't have time. It's like you got to do your regular job, your life, and then you got to do this now. But the best thing to do is and make time for this because this is going to be really good for your future. So far, it's been really good for my future, and I just want to put a positive spin on it for you guys, so you guys can feel a little bit better about it. Because I know you guys are newer. I felt really weird about this at first. Because I've been in the electrical field for over 15 years and I know nothing but the field. So, I mean, I know computers a little bit here and there, but it's different. It's a lot different. So, let me share my screen. We'll get right into Revit. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Just raise your hand, and I'll answer it the best I can. Um, I don't know why Lewis chose me to come and teach tonight's class, but I'm here, and it looks like Frank is in now. So I'll let Hassan, is that what your name is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm pretty sure I'm
Oh,
gonna be able to help you.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's answer his. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hassan.
Yeah, it's pronounced Isan. I just
Okay.
had a question regarding like the videos. I know we have
Okay.
some tutorials on here probably that are more based towards electrical in the field and stuff like that. When I was just searching through videos online, like through YouTube and stuff, a lot of the videos seem to be more like architectural based and not so much like on the electrical side. And
Okay.
so I just wanted to kind of get some insight, like in regards to that, and just like the program itself. I don't know if it's because the way maybe I installed it or whatever the case is, but it's just like little basic stuff that has been giving me like hiccups, like as far as
Okay.
like when it comes down to like picking certain like tools or families when it comes to drawing and stuff, like how to actually place it, how to like I guess like let it be there and move on to like the next thing and have it like placed
Mm-hmm.
on the like just like small stuff. It's like really like
Mm-hmm.
tedious things. Like as far as like understanding the program and everything like that. Like I kind
Mm-hmm.
of like I understand it based off of a lot of the teachers and stuff are very repetitive on like the stuff that they teach. So like
Yeah.
the gist of it all, I kind of know. And plus, I come from I have 6 or 7 years in electrical, but I also have media experience, so I know like all of the Adobe suites. So I kind of understand like the tools and everything. It's just a matter
Okay.
of like just the
So
small stuff.
it sounds like you're going to excel pretty quickly. You got that electrical experience, you got that, computer experience as well. The computer experience helps a lot. So,
Okay.
one thing I can show you, but here, let's get to Frank real quick. Let's have him introduce himself. He's from my sessions as well. We started in July, right, Frank? You started in July or August?
Yeah, we started in July. Okay, that's actually the question why I'm basically here. Sorry, David, but I mean, what Louis told me is just to share with you, like basically how we started this and basically what BIM is. So BIM is more like working on 3D views. So I mean, I guess most of you should know how to work with blueprints, like in your field job, and you should know how to use the blueprints and how to understand the that work. So you already know if you have like an issue when you're working on an electrical thing, so you know how to fix it. And then sometimes the blueprints have like a weird issue. So because most of the jobs doesn't have this process, the BIM process. So it's only used in like really big structures and really big projects. So then basically what BIM does is take the blueprint and turn it into 3D. So when they ask me like why you're here, maybe what I said was I want to drop down my tools because that's actually what I was wishing to do. I just I prefer to stay here at home, getting maybe double of what I'm earning my regular job, full time job, just
Mhm.
because staying at home on after all the knowledge you have in electrical, like you already know code, you already know blueprints, you already know several things. So Revit is a is the tool. I was going to say it's a very important tool, but it's not a very important tool. It's the tool, like the most used in the future for BIM specialists or DDC, whatever you become to. So then that's why it's so important. That's why David was trying to jump on Revit because it's a lot of content, but it doesn't mean it's impossible to learn. I mean, we started July and we think we're actually ready to do the job. That's why Luis sent us here to like
Mhm.
guide you. Actually, Luis has another problem with the internet in his neighborhood, and that's why he's not here yet.
Okay.
But I think David is gonna guide you more during this course, during these sessions. And okay, the other thing is that it's not only using Revit. You can Google Revit, you can YouTube Revit, and then you're gonna learn more. My advice, do it. Like whatever you learn here, anyways, go to YouTube and learn whatever you have. After you have the software installed in your computer, explode it as much as you can. That's the best way for you to learn, and that's my personal recommendation. I did it, and I feel very comfortable. By the time I'm learning, there is also an Autodesk help side. I guess it's like a kind of Autodesk has like 200 hours on each software just for you to learn and practice. I will also
Mhm.
recommend that. Don't stay only with what you got learned. 2 hours is not even 1% of what you need to learn everything. For sure. I don't know everything. I'm pretty sure David doesn't know everything either. But
Mhm.
we're still like learning every day. So don't feel like, oh, but I
Mhm.
feel like I'm not going up. No, you are going on because you're learning. There is
Mhm.
too much to learn. And that's why sometimes we feel like I'm going down, I feel like this is so hard. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Man, I wake up at 6 a.m., go to work, and I used to come back at like 6:30, I arrive home, sometimes almost 7, running to the computer just to start the lesson. And I've done it for several months, and I'm pretty happy now because now I understand. Now I don't have to see Revit. They send me a PDF, and I got the information, only the information. I go to Revit, and I do it. Whatever needs to be done. Also, the other point is teamwork. Talk to each other, like don't broke
Mhm.
any the MDA or something like that. You don't have to, but you can start like talking each other because there is a moment that you're gonna be in like teams. If David or me are in one of your teams, don't be afraid of nothing. Just ask any question. There is no stupid
Mhm.
questions. There's just repetitive questions. If they tell you to double check a video, double check the video because later when they're working on the app, if you didn't check the video, if you didn't saw it, at least you didn't saw it, try to see it and practice it. But if
Yeah.
you didn't saw it, you didn't see it, sorry, then at the time of the lesson, you're gonna have that question.
Yeah.
And man, personally talking, sometimes I got mad with my classmates because, bro, you didn't saw the video. But well, some people doesn't have enough time. Some people. So that's why I'm saying first of this, the teamwork. So I will also recommend you wait for the instructor or whoever is giving you the lesson to finish the explanation because maybe the question that you have is coming. It's coming on the
Hmm.
explanation, just going step by step. That's another
Exactly.
tip that I would give to all the whole class. It's for everyone. It's not specific for anybody, just for everyone. Just wait, note your questions. I kid you not. Well, you cannot say it very well, but I have my own notes. I have my own questions. When you're
Me too.
working on your free time on whatever app, take notes, take your questions. So watch again the videos, and actually the videos, it's everything in the videos. Sometimes you have to go back because I don't remember in which video I saw it, and there's too much information, and I know I saw it. I know how to do that. I just don't remember the video. So just go back, take it again, and do it. So
Mhm.
if you have your personal opinion, guys, you don't have to share it. That's another recommendation. If you have a question, don't think, ask. Just ask
Yeah.
like that,
Hmm.
straight. Everyone has emails. Everyone have a way to communicate. Don't drop down because this is too much for me. If you have never made a question, do the question first. First, make the question. If you get an answer, it's not enough. Ask somebody else. Google it, YouTube it, whatever. If you want to become a BIM, and I'm gonna get into this point because I've seen and David too, we have seen several people drop in this course for several reasons. So check yourself if you want to stay at home, working from home, and doing this for the rest of your life. Are you sure you
Yeah.
can stay in the front of the computer? It's Hold on, let me finish the question. Are you sure you can do uh, a desktop job for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day the rest of your life? Are you sure? That's the question. If you're not sure,
Yeah.
man, I know if Luis see this, he's gonna kick me. He's gonna wish to hit me. But man, if you're not sure, drop because you're wasting your time. And it takes time to learn. Even to learn, it takes time. You can go to Indeed or you can go to let's say um any work searcher, like you can search work everywhere and you can write BIM specialist or BIM or they say BIM specialist, VDC, or also BIM manager, BIM manager,
Yeah.
and you can say after actually BIM manager, almost there is no company saying how much they pay. They just hide it. But I can tell you, BIM specialist, the lowest I've seen is like 78K a year. Maybe for some people that's little bit for doing this at home. I want to do it, you know, because
Yeah.
you
You
can
got to
set
make
your
sure you want it.
schedule. Yeah, you want to be
Yeah.
100% sure you can do this. If you are a person like interactive person that you need to see the wires, here you're not gonna see the wires. Here you have to use your imagination sometimes because you don't find it, you don't see it in the first few lessons. You're not gonna see anything. You're not gonna understand anything. This is just a process. So it's just like step by step, and it is a long process.
Hmm.
You're not gonna get it in 1 week, in 3 or 4 lessons. You're gonna start getting it after you start practicing yourself at home. So if
Yeah.
you look in YouTube, I did actually my own project after I started the architectural thing because I hear the question you were watching videos and there was like architectural. I'm not an architect. I'm not an electrician too.
Nope. Mhm.
I'm not even a journeyman. I'm not even a journeyman. I just have, a couple of years experience but I never went to school. I didn't want to go to school for journeyman because I was thinking like 2 or 4 years for a journeyman. Man, that's too much. Better I go to the university, you
I,
know?
I'm the same way, Frank. I've got 15 plus years experience in electrical field, just doing electrical, but I have 20 plus years experience in all of construction. I've done plumbing, I've done mechanical, I've done but electrical is my field. That's what I wanted. I did it for a long time, and when somebody offered me to put down my tools and pick up a mouse and a keyboard instead and say, hey, I want you actually designing these electrical systems instead of building them, installing them, I'm down for that. Plus more money. Yeah, it's a plus at this point. But you got to look at it like this too, is this is a life training skill right now. This is the rest of your life. This is a career. This is what we're going to do. You know, if you really want this, this is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And if it's not, man, just try to get in something you want. But this is it right here. I'm very glad I started this program. I am very happy that I got uh offered this program and offered this opportunity to better my skills in this field and in the all construction field. And then like Frank was saying, you know, we do electrical. That's all we do. So basically what you're going to be trained as is an MEP BIM specialist. You're going to do mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. But main thing, what you're going to be probably doing, I don't know if what your contract entails as, but most of the time, most of us, since we're all electricians, I'm pretty sure we're all electricians here. We're all going to be doing electrical BIM. That's just what it is. And honestly, it's the most sought after besides mechanical. Mechanical is only sought after more after than electrical because mechanical is having to do with the whole building, BIM, especially electrical, but HVAC is like zones and learn and keeping an eye on all these zones and stuff like that, and making sure you do a maintenance program and stuff like that. That's what they're going to do is off of your model and how you model this building and how you get out this information and stuff like that on the plans and stuff like that. They're going to take that and they're going to build a maintenance program off of that, basically. So when everything is said and done and you got your building built, you know your project is done and stuff like that, and the project and the building's taken over, their whole, you know, property management company, whatever, they're going to take over and they're going to take start a maintenance program for that whole building, and they're going to take our information of how we built this building and they're going to put that to use and put a whole maintenance program together. It's pretty cool. So if you really look at it, there's a lot of aspects to, you know, building and modeling. I mean, it's not just, you know, putting a piece of conduit from this panel to this panel and making sure it's all supported and making sure it's all up to code. No, you're presenting all that information. You know, you're in annotations and stuff like that. You know, you're name tagging everything. You know, to where it coincides with this one. This panel coincides with this panel. This powers this up. You know, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
um,
Let me just share with them real quick on my
yeah,
screen
no problem. You do.
when
You
I just started. Okay, what I want to show you guys is when I started to loving this because
share. Go ahead and share a project you've already done, and you
yeah,
see if maybe you
actually
can walk them through it, and then we'll get to some modeling right after that.
I took off the I took off the electrical side because I already, I'm almost done with this one. So, oh, no, this is not the one. This is my current project. Hold on. Okay. So, as you can see right here, I'm pretty sure you can understand this, right? Because this is just like a basic plan, and here's like nothing. So, nothing to be with electrical. This is architectural, right? So, this is the second floor, and this is what I did as the first floor, all right? So, but when you look at here, you tell me if what you see is the same thing that this or this. So it's literally the same thing. I just did it myself.
Mhm.
I look it up in YouTube. There is a video called From Zero to Hero Revit. This project that they only teach you like the architectural side, So you can see every detail. I just followed that video and I started like, damn, I did it. That was so good, man. You see the stairs inside. So this is just a pretty basic project, so nothing to be
Mhm.
with what we're working on right now. I just did like a house, like small house. So it's not usual you do BIM for a house. It's a small project. It's literally a small project. Some builders, I hear that some builders requested like millionaire houses. They require a BIM, but that's gonna be, this is just like a kids game.
Mhm.
So I wanted to share this with you because the first time I did it, like how you do each wall, you see the parameters, the parameters, you see like each door, like every single detail. I'm not a plumbing, and these ones I did it by myself. So you know how to load family. So you're gonna get in content later, but I don't want to share to you like too much information at this point. I just want you to see what you are capable of after 2 weeks of lessons. This is architectural, right? So after that, you have to add the electrical side and the plumbing and then, but it's a different process. So don't worry about that right now. So I just wanted to share that little detail because some people were like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you're amazing! You just did it." No, man, I'm not. I'm not doing nothing special. I just did what I learned and whatever else I researched, I just apply it to something. I
Yeah.
didn't do
Yeah.
nothing special basically because that project, I'm pretty sure David can do it, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the guys that were starting with us, they can all do it. So
Yep.
if they did it or not, I don't know. You know, and they were like, "Oh, but you did amazing." No, I just did. I did it. That's it. So just if you really want to do this, just like a man said, there is nothing impossible to do. So just focus on what you want to do and like start learning. There is a bunch of softwares, you know, but Revit and Navisworks, I think they're the most important things for earning money. This is between you and I. So after you learn both those, so you're gonna start like real working. You also gonna need
Mhm.
AutoCAD. You also gonna need Inventor because that also opens your mind, like how to understand how to build this. Because in Revit there is also a way like how you create your own table. So I just remember in a lesson that we had. So how you make your own fixture, so you can do it in Revit too, and then just add it
Mhm.
project. Oh no no no
Yeah.
no! I made it's the same picture, but for this room it's too big. For that room I want it smaller. So then you go to whatever you did before and you just make it. I mean, that's like little advanced, but I'm telling you, like, there is no end, so you can do whatever you want, basically, and literally, you can do whatever you're interested on doing, like for your life. And okay, keep in mind that you need the basic to just start growing. So focus on basic now, and then to the next step, and you're gonna have an instructor to tell you what's next, basically.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think that's all.
The instructor is going to take a lot. It's going to do a lot better than me. Like I said, I'm still training. I'm still learning. I don't know all of this. I know enough to get me by right now. Maybe I can go take the test right now and probably pass it, but I'm still quite not there yet. They did get into uh, all of the programs. So you will eventually start learning AutoCAD and Inventor. I don't know if you guys have learned anything about Navisworks yet. No, not yet. Okay. All right. So yeah, you'll get into Navisworks as well. Navisworks is basically a clash detection program. It's like Revit, but you can't model on it. There's no modeling. It's just data only. So you're going to take basically your model that you just modeled inside of Revit, and you're going to export it into Navisworks, which is already a pre-built building. It's already a model in there, and you're just taking your electrical that you just modeled, all your panels, all your pipes, everything. You're exporting that into Navisworks, the model, into that model, and then it's gonna run a clash detection program where it's gonna come up with all the clashes where all your conduits like hitting some HVAC or like it's not going through a wall correctly or something like that. You know, there's going to be a mistake or some sort. Now what I'm going to show you is I'm just going to get right into what we've been modeling. I've been working on this semiconductor factory that they're having us in teams right now. We're all in teams. We have teams of 5 or 6, something like that. There's 4 teams, and it's basically they give us sections on this model to model our conduits. Now, it's looking up that panel, and how to look up all this stuff is getting a little bit. I'm getting a little bit more ahead of myself right now with it and getting into it. But basically, what it is you can open up a PDF model inside of Bluebeam. I'm sure you guys have heard something about Bluebeam. Okay. So Bluebeam is going to be the PDF program that we're going to be using to help us model these electrical systems. So basically what we're going to get is data, which is a model that's already built, architectural and structural. Okay. Then we're going to get that model and we're going to, put it the way we want on Revit, and we're going to start modeling the electrical system inside of that model. Okay. Then you're going to take, once you're finished with the electrical, mechanical, and plumbing throughout that model, you're going to take it and put it into Navisworks, run into a clash detection program, come up with any clashes, fix all the clashes. Then you're going to put it into sheets, which are basically blueprints. You're going to basically put in each level on a, here's level 1 lighting, here's level 2 lighting, here's level 3 power, or, stuff like that, etc. So I'm going to get into my model, which is my first floor. Okay. This is my first floor of the semiconductor building, what we've been working on. Now, all of my conduits are all marked in colors. I've got all my distribution panels labeled in blue, which is a filter. Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to get into that with the other classes, the future classes and stuff. They're going to teach you how to do a filter. They're going to teach you how to place panels. They're going to teach you how to model conduit and model multiple conduits at one time. So that way you're not doing one at a time and stuff like that. So we'll get into my distribution panels over here. I've got 3 distribution panels or 4 distribution panels all in blue. Okay, and each one of these are coming out of the panel and over to the substations, which are on the second floor. Okay, I'll get into my second floor over here, which is this one.
Will you share your screen?
Oh, my bad. There we go. Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that.
So here, let me go back to my first floor. Okay, these are all let me zoom out since I wasn't sharing my screen. Okay, so like I said, all my conduits are labeled in blue and green and red. Okay, I got my distribution panels on blue, and then UPS panels on green. And then that's just I think it's an emergency panel, emergency lighting panel. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But I labeled it in red just because I know which one that is. But we'll get into the distribution panels over here. How I modeled these is, have they got into section views yet? Has he taught you about section views yet?
A little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, well, let me teach you a little bit more about some section views here. Okay, so I've got a section view right here going for these panels right here. As you can see, here, just for this panel right here. But I should have another one. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, so you can right click on this. Wrong one. Make sure you're clicking the view. And you're gonna right click on that. Oh, no. It's not coming up. There it goes. Go to view. Okay, you're gonna right click on that section view and go to view. Okay. So each one of these ones in blue are all distribution panels. And then I'm basically coming out of the top, you know, going up to the unistrut, building the unistrut and all that. I wish I had something I haven't modeled yet. Let's see if I can come up with something I haven't modeled yet. So that way I can just show you my process of how I model and how easy it is to just do it. What about you, Frank? Do you have anything you haven't modeled yet that you could model? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. I was muted. No, actually, I don't have anything like downloaded. I have everything on the cloud. So, and I'm
Okay.
just working on the blue beans. Actually,
Okay.
you guys can do what I mean. I don't know what is your quote about, because right now we just here like to introduce you and share with you our experiences. I would recommend before anything you should learn blue beans. Ask them and tell
Yes.
them, Frank, Frank advised me to learn first blue beans. Listen, you gonna you I can explain. It's just like when I was started, I was very excited with Revit, as I told you guys. But yeah, that one. So Bluebeam
So
is the way that you are really going to work on it. I mean, actually, I have it open too. I have it already open. If you allow me.
yeah, I got my recents right here. Give me a second. We'll just go to the build out. So
So
this is the blueprints
this is
for
what
the
I'm working
semiconductor
on.
building.
Yeah, as you see, we're working in a similar project, just running different kind of pipes. You see.
Yeah.
So, okay, this project, what it does, here, this is like basically the blueprint, but as you see, there's different levels on the same page. I already know because I bring it from the PDF. Okay, this is the connection that they give you on the instruction, basically in the PDF. This one, you have to go to take it to this plan. But then you also need like the area that, because you're not working alone, you're working in teams. So I'm getting these areas as you see here and here, but I'm pretty sure David has another completely different area. All right. So
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna
do.
work with
Yes.
his
Yeah.
team on a different area, and I'm gonna work with my team on these areas. All right. Then
Yep.
I have to look up like what am I going to, you see, this is my team's name. I'm gonna look for the information. Then let me just load that PDF real quick. I think I have a summary in there. Here. So I have the PDF is like 63 pages. So you have to find all the information for only the area that you're gonna be working on. So if you learn how to do this, like, okay, this is the area that I'm gonna work. This is the information that I need. So this is my load description. So I already have the size. It, doesn't change too much, which is good. And like every single load, I have the type of load. So what is going to be used with, the most important thing is the load description. Then you look up your load description on here. If you have to do that page by page in a real PDF, you're gonna get
Yeah.
it. And David
It's
knows what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's you're gonna have to do a lot of searching. So here, let me give you an example.
yeah,
You could keep sharing your screen. If you go up to the search bar, or here, yeah, here, I got you. If you go up to the search bar
Hey, David.
on Bluebeam,
David,
uh, yes, sir.
you guys forgot to start the recording.
No,
Oh,
it is recording.
Is it?
No,
Again,
it
announce
is
it.
recording.
Okay.
Yeah, it's recording. It's been recording for over an hour now. It starts on its own through the careers, SCD. SCD starts it, and then they just wanted me to join. I was going to join this class no matter what, but Lewis asked me and Frank to help teach tonight because he couldn't make it. So Like I said, we'll get into the blue beam here, and if you get over to the search bar, what I'm going to give you an example here is we'll zoom in on my section. My section is right here. Okay. This is my whole section that I've been working on. We'll just click on this panel, and as you can go over to your properties tab on Revit, you'll see that the equipment ID is called CBDP1F. Okay. So we're going to go back to to Bluebeam, and we're going to type in that panel, CBDP1F. Okay. We'll go with DP1A right now. Okay. Just because I have it already there. And what's going to happen is going to bring up a bunch of sheets on this right here. And it's each electrical sheet that coincides with that panel. And it's going to give you the load. It's going to give you the ampere. It's going to give you everything you need, the conduits, how many conduits you need to go from this, the substation out to that panel to power it up, and what feeder wires are going to be for it. So if we go to the single line drawing and you zoom in, you got to find the highlighted section, which is sometimes difficult. But if you zoom in right here, it's CBDP1A. Okay. Now, as you can see above that, it's a 1200.3A. Now, the A is aluminum feeders. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to type in that 1200.3A in here. Hold on. Okay. Then you're going to search that, and it's going to bring you another bunch of sheets. But you only need a couple off of here. I think it's the very first one, which is going to give you a highlighted section right here, which is going to be 4 sets of each of the conduits. So there's going to be 4 3-inch conduits with 3 number 500s in each conduit. Okay. Because we got 1200 amps here. So now you're going to take from that panel and you're going to start modeling your conduit. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, cool. It's pretty easy, man. It's just basically you're looking up the panel, and it's going to bring up all those sheets for that panel, and it's going to give you all the information you need, the feeder wires, the conduit, everything. And if you go to the feeder schedule, which is page 38 on this build out prints, it's always going to be right here: copper feeder schedule and then aluminum feeder feeder schedule. So going back to Revit, let's just try another panel here. Okay. We'll go
I have
with
a
this one right
question.
here. What was that?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So whenever we're going to design the electrical piping, we have also information of the height of other pipes or other work, let's say plumbing, HVAC, that is in the way. We have access to that information, so we not collide with
Yes.
them.
Yes. So that's another thing I was going to point out here in a second. Is right now I have my visibility graphics set up to where I like it. It reverted back to turning them all these links on. So they haven't got into the Revit links yet, where you're basically going to bring in a bunch of Revit links. It's just a model, and it's all going to have all these Revit links in there of all the models of the plumbing, mechanical, the framing, the structural and the architectural. It's going to give you all these Revit links. So the shortcut link to this is VG. You go into VG and it brings up your visibility graphics. Okay. And then we go over to Revit links, and these are all your links to your HVAC, structural, architectural, plumbing, all that, mechanical, everything. So if I go through here and I turn all these, or not all of them off, we're going to leave this one on and this one on. Okay. And then I'm going to push apply. As you can see, all of those other lines, those underlay stuff disappeared. That was all the HVAC stuff, all the mechanical stuff. So yes, you will always have access to that, to those links. That will always be in the model. Now, to help you better model, this is what the visibility graphics is for, is you can hide all this stuff. You can hide everything that's in your way, that's getting in your way, and build out your model. And then that's what I was saying earlier, is you take all of your modeling, you put it into several 3D models, which are they'll probably present to you later, teach you later, is you're gonna put them into each one of these categories is architectural, structural, um, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC or mechanical. Okay, you're gonna make a 3D model for each one of those of your model, and it's gonna basically you're gonna export everything that's on that, and you're gonna export it into Navisworks. Navisworks is gonna take that and put your all your electrical stuff into that model, and then it's gonna detect for clashes, which are problems. You know, like HVAC is, you know, this pipe is hitting this HVAC duct. You know, this plumbing pipe is going through this duct. You know, stuff like that. So just model. Revit is just model it. Just get it done and model it the way you want, the way you think it should be done, up to code and everything, everything that they want per the data. Okay. You guys have any questions so far? I know I'm going a little quick. If I am going a little bit quick, just let me know. I'll slow down a little bit.
Yeah, no,
I know this might be a little confusing for you because I'm a little bit more into the program than you guys, but I understand it'll come to you guys. Trust me. Once you start
I,
doing some modeling, like Frank was saying, just it'll come to you. So, any
yeah,
questions?
I have a
Sorry, Hassan,
question
go
real
ahead.
quick. I have a question. Can y'all hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you, Dylan.
So my question is, when you modeling and somebody else on your team are modeling, can y'all model at the same time, even though y'all have some of the
Yes.
stuff? Oh,
Yeah,
y'all
so
can?
basically what's going to happen is you're going to get a central model, okay? Then all these links are going to get it sent out to you guys. It's which is the data, okay? That data is going to get sent out to you and you and you and you, okay? And you guys are going to you guys are going to get as a team. And you're like, okay, you work on this panel from here to here. You work on this panel from here to here. You work on the switch gear, powering up the switch gear. You know, you do this, you do that. You know, you guys are going to get your projects. You guys are going to get the things to do, just like you are in the electrical field. Like, hey, Hassan, I want you to go run some conduit from this panel to this panel, you know, for these receptacles, you know, or for this or for that, for these feeders. You know, it's basically the same exact thing. You're on a team. They're going to give you stuff to do. You're going to model this. You're going to model that, and so on. Okay.
so the
So so
model,
Um.
so so hold on,
I'm sorry.
hold on.
Sorry.
So if me and somebody else is modeling and I need to put it on a section view, can I see what he has modeled while I'm modeling
Yeah.
mine?
Yeah. Actually, as long as you guys are syncing, which is called it's called syncing. You guys haven't probably come up with that yet, which is this button right here. Okay, it's a synchronize and modify settings. Okay, so synchronize is you're synchronizing it to central. You're taking what you just put on this model and you're synchronizing it back to the central model that's, you know, for everyone. Okay, because there's only one model. You know, everything you guys are going to model two different things, and both of your things are going to go back to that model. And
Okay.
yes, you can model at the same time. You can see what he's doing if
Right.
he's syncing back to central. If he's not syncing back to central and just saving his work, then you're not going to see his stuff yet. You're not going
Okay.
to see it until he syncs everything back to central, and then you'll start seeing his stuff. Yeah. So,
So the
Hassan?
model, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got a question? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna ask. So the models that we get, um, usually are they coming from the clients? Are they like PDFs that we basically just install and then we're able to start, I guess, drawing on those PDF or
Yes.
blueprints that are already okay.
So to speak, yeah, kind of. It's I think they give it to like an architectural and engineering firm first to build out the building on blueprints and in a as a model, and then us as electrical BM specialist and you know, the MEP doing the MEP. Then yeah, they present it to us, and then we start modeling on their model. So we're not doing any architectural or any structural or anything like that. but Frank did point out a very important thing is get to know it. Get to know the architectural, get to know the structural. It's easy. It's really easy, man. You can literally here, I can literally start another project here. We'll go new and we'll just go Imperial multidiscipline. Okay. We'll just do a new project here. Okay. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that one. We're going to do new. We're going to go to browse. And if you want to just do electrical, then come through here and you're going to want to go. Oh, I'm in the English Imperial. Just do the electrical default. And then it's going to bring up this. Okay. Now, in the electrical default, you only can design electrical. You can't do mechanical, you can't do plumbing because the families aren't loaded into this project. Okay? So that's what Frank was pointing out earlier is each thing has a family. Plumbing has a family, mechanical has a family. Electrical I believe doesn't have its own family. Am I correct, Frank? I can't remember that. We'll have to, I'm pretty sure your teachers are going to let you know about that, but each thing has a family. So if I'm just doing electrical on here, I just do an electrical project, then I only could do electrical. But I can do architectural as well. I can build out walls, I could build doors, I could do all that stuff. Build out your building. I would say if you guys want a little bit more practice, just start doing projects. Just start modeling. Like this, let's build out a wall. We're gonna just do a square building real quick. Okay. It's pretty easy, man. They're good. They give you all the dimensions there. It's all there for you, So I just built 4 walls. Now I'm gonna go over to the systems tab and I'm gonna go over here to electrical equipment. Or no, let's go back. Let's go devices. Let's put in an electrical outlet. Okay. So we're going to come in here and we're going to start placing some electrical outlets, It's pretty easy, man. It's not that hard. You just go through it, do it the way you would do it in the field, Take your field experience and put it towards here. That's all you're doing is you're putting down the screwdriver, you're putting down the drill, you're putting all that stuff down and you're using one of these right here. That's all you're doing. And it basically tells you what is what. I can't tell you guys how, to do things and stuff. There's certain ways to do it on here, but honestly, it's the way you feel comfortable. That's what I've been experiencing throughout these training program is they'll teach you a certain way of how to do things on the program of like, hey, how to export or how to draw do your visibility graphics and stuff like that, but it's the way you feel comfortable of how you want to model. So when I first started doing it, we didn't learn the visibility graphics yet. We didn't learn how to hide things and take things away so that way we don't see them when we are doing the model. So we were just build out a building, put a ground to it, put a roof to it, and then start doing some other modeling, like some mechanical work. They taught us how to put in what is it, an HVAC system, put the rooftop unit, and then run the ducting off of that unit, and then into the air terminals, all that. It's pretty cool once you get into it. But my suggestion is get into it, do a building like this, like how Frank was doing it, and just keep going with it. If you
David.
want to do a roof, get into it. Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a couple questions. Let's take the outlet as an example, right? Let's say I want to change the height from the electrical outlet to put,
Oh.
different like 45 or like 48 or whatever, and so
Okay.
can you teach us how to control the height electrical? And also the second
Of
question
course.
is like there's different type of outlets. And what I see here in my program, I have only GFIs and duplex resectable. So there is another section that we can find like floor boxes. Um, you know,
That,
Arranges.
yeah, I see what you're saying. That would be part of the family. So
okay.
when you guys get into AutoCAD and Inventor and stuff like that, you're gonna start designing stuff in Inventor and stuff like that, and adding that to these families. Like, say you don't have a certain fitting in your for your conduit or your plumbing pipe. Okay, you're going to go into AutoCAD or Inventor. You're going to design. I think it's Inventor. Sorry, Inventor, and you're going to design that part on there. Then you're going to put it into the family, and then you're going to be able to use it. It's going to be exported into a Revit, and then you're going to be able to use it as a part for your pipe in Revit, which is that's what I think that I think is gonna happen. That's what they've told us so far. They haven't got really into the inventor part yet. We're still getting into the inventor part. So,
So that makes sense of
little
why
bit
they
of an
need.
advanced question, huh?
I was gonna say, so that would make sense why they would need electricians to start inventing and making the models and the parts and pieces to bring into
Yeah,
the families.
exactly.
So
Hmm.
quick question,
So,
David.
yes, sir.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait till you finish.
No. Go ahead. You have a question? Go right ahead.
Yeah.
I don't mind stopping.
So I've been listening to, I've been watching the videos and I've been trying to follow the videos and do the work at the same time. And I done pretty
Yeah.
much did a little model myself, you know. So when I got to
Good.
the part where it had adding families, I didn't have no families to add in. I think it was some
Yeah.
it was a panel,
So
it was
that's what
a
I
panel.
was. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Is Inventor is a program where you design these things that you need for your model, and then you put them into those families like that. Like I was saying, the plumbing fixture, a plumbing fixture, or an electrical panel, or something. Most of the time, the electrical stuff is pretty basic, but I understand where Gerardo was coming from. Is all we have here is an electrical fixture. Now we have and like a duplex or something like that, a GFCI or something like that. Um, I believe that's the whole thing as part of the family. You know, you have to make sure we have to make sure that if we need a certain device, we're gonna go build it on Inventor, and then we're gonna put it into that family so we can use it on Revit.
So you think
Now go ahead.
so you think that maybe when we start working at the real field, there will be a preset family for us to upload into the you know program, and then we already have them available. So that makes
Most of
sense.
the
That
time, yes. If you
yeah.
really look at it, most of the time, yes. You're going to have most of what you need in Revit. From what I've seen so far, you're going to have most of what you need in Revit. I think it's on a rare occasion you're gonna do that. Frank, you got something to input on that?
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about the inventor. It's more like an advanced tool for projects that you have. Because in every single project, there is like detailing. You know, what I understand on that point, inventor is because it's a tool that you're gonna have for the next advanced step. So if you have to, for example, the knockout set that you're gonna use, or not the tools, just the equipment that you're gonna use on the project. Sometimes it's gonna be like a weird connection or a special box because you're also gonna learn something about prefab, and then you're gonna need to create your own connections for electrical connections for that because they don't like have it ready. So, but at that point you're gonna be like VDC or something like that. So basically, what Inventor does is something like this.
Mhm.
So this is
Exactly.
I think the first lesson that we got in Inventor. This is
Yeah.
just a piece
Yeah.
of something in a project. you see. But then as you were like modeling, maybe they give you the hold on, maybe 61. They give you something like the sketch.
Yep.
So you see, they give you something like this, and then you have to make it in 3D. So the project needs this piece, and an engineer, anyone did this. So you're the one, like you're like a coordinator, or you are a BDC, or you are a manager. I don't actually think so, but I would say like coordinator. You have to know how to make that tool to give this family to the modelers.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's why Inventor, you need to know how to use Inventor, because you're not going to be just a modeler. So you have to be ready for being CDC, or for being, like have a team under your, yeah, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
then
believe Inventor is going to be
you need to
the
know
most used
this
program
from
besides.
Sketch. So this is Inventor, as you see right here, and this is the Sketch. This is an old lesson. So that's about Inventor. Just if you're gonna make like a bolt or something like that with a special join or something, they're gonna give you the plan, like the sketch, and then you have to make it yourself. That's basically
Mhm.
what Inventor is used for. That's what I wanted to add.
So
Yep. That's good.
Sketch seems similar to AutoCAD, and where you
Yeah.
actually design and make the items that we basically will need or use for whatever digital building that we're gonna do.
Yeah. AutoCAD is more like Revit, but simplified. So AutoCAD's more on a 2D factor. Revit is just more advanced AutoCAD, so to speak. Revit gives you your 3D model, where you can see in 3D and stuff like that. AutoCAD is more of the 2D kind of thing. But I believe Inventor and Revit are going to be the two programs that you guys are going to be, us as electricians, electrical BIM specialists, we're going to use the most likely.
Yeah, no,
Because
When I was
you,
in, I'm sorry, my bad.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when I was in high school, I we did a lot of AutoCAD, but not on the computer, just like with the graphs, like on paper,
Hmm.
and we had to do similar stuff like that, like what I
Yeah,
just seen you showed on a sketch, like basically make
basically,
those.
AutoCAD is kind of more on the structural and architectural side, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I think. Because your design, like Frank said, he took that bathroom that he designed in his model, and I believe he designed it in AutoCAD, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you did, Frank?
yeah, actually, that's I do agree. I completely agree. Some also there's a couple of things that I think about some software, because we literally don't use like AutoCAD to build. It's not like usually,
No,
but
no.
what we used to do is like join the AutoCAD sketch to Revit, and then like recreate it on Revit. So, but
Yes.
what I think on this course is that you need to know how to use it, and like as a tool. I also ask that question like, why AutoCAD if we have Revit? Oh, literally, I remember what's the teacher, the girl, and I asked her like, why are we doing this in AutoCAD? If we could do it in Revit, easier, faster, very more comfortable. Why are we doing this in AutoCAD? And she was like, if you get hired, because you're gonna be working in whatever they send you to, like the contract that you have right now. So you're gonna be working with them for like a couple of years, and a couple of projects, whatever. But if you want to change the other company, says like, okay, if you are a VM specialist, then you need to know AutoCAD. So because in this company, everything we do it in AutoCAD, but you don't know
Mhm.
AutoCAD. So then you are not a VM specialist if you don't know how to use, at least how to use AutoCAD. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
another point that changed my point of view. It's like, okay, there's also tools that we need to learn at least basic stuff just to say you are a BIM specialist. That's another point of view I'm just sharing. But literally, David can tell. We haven't used it yet. We know it. We learn
Honestly,
it.
we've had like 2 lessons on AutoCAD and that's it. And we've had like 2 lessons on Inventor. Like that's it. But they are going to get more into it because Inventor, it has to do with all the families. You have to make sure that you, because I know for sure that the certification test is they're going to test you on Inventor of adding families into Revit, adding things into the families of Revit, and then they're going to have you model, stuff on Revit and stuff like that. So, let's get into Gerardo's his last question, which was the height on these receptacles. I'm going to show you a section view now. Okay, we're going to get into the view tab. Okay, and or you can get it on your quick access toolbar, which is right here. Oh, sorry, I just share my screen.
Screen, yeah.
And here you go. Sorry. All right. So, like I was saying, we're going to do a section view, which is either the view tab, and it's right here. You can go right into there, or you can go over to the quick access toolbar, which is right here too, which is the section view. Okay. So either one you can click. It doesn't matter. You're going to click that, and we're going to put a section view going across right here. Okay. Come on. Right there. Okay. Now it's going to, now we're going to, like I said previously, we're going to right click and we're going to go to that view. Okay. That view didn't give me full, well, it actually did. It gave me the height of my receptacles, which are here. Okay. Now what we do is we can go over to the measure, and this is going to be my ground floor right here. So we're going to measure up. No, that's not it. That's not it. Sorry. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that is my level. Okay, so right now it pushes it up to center at a foot 6 inches. Okay. Now what we can do is take this, oh, my bad. And we can put it up, we can put it down, we can go up and down just like this. Okay. It's all in the section view. You can't do it in the 2D view because you're looking down on it, obviously. So you can't go up and down on that wall. Yeah, so you got to get into the section view so you can adjust the heights on your stuff. Okay. So now let's do this is in another thing you can do in the section view, which is pretty cool, is you could do it in the regular view is the floor plan view as well, is you can come over here, go to the systems tab, and we're going to go electrical equipment, and right here it's a 100 amp 208 panel. Okay. Now you can go through here and here's all the, you can put in a transformer. I don't know why there's an Ethernet switch in there, and that's weird. Lighting and appliance panel board, lighting panel board 480, 208, and so on. You can go 600 amp, 400 amp, 250 amp, whatever you want to put up there. Okay. Now we're just going to do a 208 at, 225. Okay. It's going to give us a different panel, obviously. It's going to give us a bigger panel. So you can put this anywhere you want, but obviously you got to put it to code. What's code on a panel board? It's 6'7". So we got to make sure it's not over 6'7". So what we're going to do is we're just going to replace it on here for now. Then going to cancel your action there. And we're going to go back over to the modify tab, which
How do
is
you
this.
cancel
And we're
your
going to go over
action?
escape. Just push
Oh,
the
yeah,
escape
gotcha.
twice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. Or you can do a right click and push cancel, just like that. Okay. Right click, cancel, or escape. Okay. So now that I got my panel board up there, now I want to make sure it's up to code. I want to make sure it's on that wall correctly at the correct height. Okay. So we're going to measure up to here. It's at 6'4". So we're in the preview. We're in the area where we need to be. We can go up to the 6'7" mark if we want. It doesn't matter. It all depends on how much you're going to be putting on this wall. But at this point, we don't really have any data. We're just kind of winging it. Like I was telling you before, the best thing to do if you really want to get into this is just get into it. Start your model, build your building, start putting shit in there. Doesn't matter. Just start putting it in there because it's what you want. It's your model, you know? Now when we get into the practice models and stuff like when you guys get into the practice models, they start sending it, they're giving you access to the ACC cloud and all that, and you can get into those Revit models. Those are all practice models. You can get into those and start modeling on those practice models and do what you got to do. That's what they're there for. They're there to help you practice and all that. I don't know if they've told you anything about the ACC cloud yet. I can show you a little bit of what we've been doing. So I'll go here, and this is the ACC cloud. We have our BIM Lab Fridays, which are the optionals labs that are on Fridays now. I don't know if you guys have got that invite yet or not, but those me and Frank have, and I've been in that class. It's actually very helpful. He gives us a lot of helpful videos and stuff like that. So here, I'll just get into this folder. If he gives you access to this folder, this is what I suggest you guys do. Get into the video recordings and then go over to the Revit MEP video files. Okay, these are all going to be all Revit videos on pertaining electrical, on starting a project, doing your views on what your views should be, all that. It goes you step by step. And that's what I recommend is watch the videos, is make time and watch the videos. That's the number one thing I suggest, because ever since I started making the time and putting in my effort to and watching these videos, man, I am getting it so good, and I'm actually having a great time with it. I'm having a fun time with it. It's actually seeing that I modeled all this and put all these filters in and did this and did that and actually getting it it's pretty exciting to me. You got a question, Dwayne?
Yeah, are you guys, you and Frank, are y'all certified yet?
No, I am not certified. Like I was telling you guys in the beginning, I am still training, but I'm more towards the end of my training. I started in July, so did Frank. Um, we're both like right there. He might be ready to take the test. I'm not yet, just because we haven't had the inventor lessons as much yet.
Okay.
So I think once we get those inventor lessons going, I'm probably going to be pretty ready to take the test. But no, we're not certified yet. But I can't wait to get certified, and I can't wait to start, working on projects and stuff. It's going to be a blast, and I hope you guys
Yeah, I
feel this
I
feel the
agree.
same.
I agree,
Yeah.
man. I've been doing electrical 27 years and I'm tired of them tools. I need to put them
Hey,
down.
man. I've only been doing it for like probably maybe 16 years, and I'm so ready to put down my tool belt, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a lead for a long time, for about 4 or 5 years now, and I haven't had to really like put on my tool belt. I mean, but at the same time, I got to, because you got to make sure that all your apprentices work and all your other journeymans
Right,
are doing good work.
right.
It's still hard work. It doesn't matter what
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is.
If you're in the field, it's hard
Yeah,
work,
it's
no
hard
matter
work.
what.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know what? When they gave me this opportunity and said, "Hey, do you want to get out of the field? Do you want to put your electrical expertise to modeling electrical systems and doing this?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah,
Like, and I get to make more money?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
throw
why
me a
I'm here.
contract, bro. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's
So
why I'm
I
here.
hope
I
you,
had a project that I had bidded on, and it was the Son of the Prince. It was through Navisworks. So when I seen the modeling, would this come with SCD do? I'm like, man, I just looked at some prints through Navisworks. So I kind of was messing around with Navisworks and not knowing what it was.
hmm
So yeah, I'm
I'll
all
tell you
interested
what,
in
I
this.
I understand blueprints a lot more than I used to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand blueprints. It's not that hard to understand. If you look up what you need on your electrical prints, okay, this goes here. Okay,
Right.
give me the details on that. Okay, it's the same exact thing, but it's on the computer. It's literally the same exact thing. Now we're just designing the electrical systems instead of building them. That's all.
And I'm
And
pretty sure,
I think it's
I'm
cool.
pretty sure in this way, I'm gonna run more pipes in one day than you know a professional commercial electrician in
Yeah.
a whole week.
Okay. I'll give you an example of what Frank's saying right here, right now. Okay. My model, all my blue and green pipes and the red ones, I did in about 3 hours.
Mhm.
Okay. And this was just like after they showed us how to model, right after they showed us the model, said, hey, get into it, just start modeling. That's the best thing you can do. Don't second guess yourself. Don't think too much of it, because guess what, you can always fix it. It's a lot easier to fix your model than to fix something in the field, man. It's a
And
lot easier.
Navis work after that because you were asking about Navis work. I mean, you were talking about Navis work before, and Navis work. If you look Navis work, it's gonna be more like a managing software. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be more
Hmm.
like double check what you already did. Actually, some guys in our room in our classroom, they're like they do something and then they export Navis work and they watch it in Navis work how it looks like. So okay, no, I'm doing something. I did something, you know. So just like double checking, even because I mean, because we know how to use Navis work, and that's why. So you can use it even as a tool, also as a tool. And did you say something else about? I just forgot. Sorry about that. But yeah, so the videos that David was saying, if you have the software, don't wait for the lesson. Start watching the videos. If you already have the software downloaded, installed, and everything is running good, start watching videos. Don't wait for the lesson. When you get to the
Yeah,
lesson, then you take the lesson. If what they teach you in the lesson is something that you already learned, they're gonna give you another way. They're gonna give you, you're gonna learn something extra. So just don't waste your time. Use your software
totally
and
agree.
watch the
I
video.
think he cut out. But oh, okay, what the hell happened?
What?
Still here?
Yeah, we
Oh
still see
shit!
you.
Did my
We still
internet
see
disconnect?
everything.
Yeah, we still see your screen. I have
Yeah,
another
he.
quick question.
Oh, I don't think he can hear us.
Go ahead.
Frank, can you hear? Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
can hear David, you too?
okay. Just make your
So
question
so
again.
my question is, on the ideal day of modeling, do you have Revit, Navisworks, AutoCAD, and Invented Up all at the same time while you modeling? All four of
Not
them?
actually. No. Actually, the most that I'm using like at the same time is Bluebeams and Revit. That's
Okay.
what I used to use, like, when I'm doing this. Revit because, I mean, Bluebeam, sorry, because it's the organizing tool that I have. So I use Bluebeam to organize my work for whatever I'm going to do. And then that's what I need. And I use it, I sometimes, right now, when you saw my other screen, it was because I have like Bluebeam in this screen. So I'm guiding and I have Revit. Because in Revit, you see if you can see the screen, you have the search board in the right in the left side, and then you have the property panels on the right side. So the other part, you have the different section views, and you have the 3D view. So all that you have to fix all that in the same panel. So usually I do the same thing. I got the browse panel in my left side, and I have my property panels on my right side. And then the half of the central screen, I split it in half. So I have it just like one piece to work, and the other two sides to have a 3D view and have the sections view, because I use at least two of them. So, you know, you're gonna learn that too. If you look into the videos, they show you how to set up your work area.
Uh,
and I guess I'm not even 100% sure of the videos, but I remember I saw it in one video. I don't know if we have the same videos because they getting better. You know, what we have already done. Oh, actually, I have it open.
Sorry, guys, I got disconnected.
Yeah, don't worry. Um, they were asking about if we use all at the same time. If we use all the software at the same time. So I don't think so. We're working like Revit, and maybe we use something. So if you're gonna use Inventor because you have to create some time and something like that. You're gonna use Inventor that time. So and you're gonna create whatever you want, and then you're gonna import it. Then you're gonna open Revit, and you're gonna import whatever you need, and then you're gonna start like modeling in Revit. So
Mm.
what I do sometimes, but that's my personal decision. You know, I go to Navisworks and then I double check something and then I just go back because it's like fixing in real life. You know, it's in real time. So whatever you do, whatever I do in mine, because it's in mine, you know. So whatever I do in Revit, it's gonna after I export it to Navisworks, it's gonna be showing in Navisworks to change it at the same time. So I just want to be 100% sure that I'm doing everything right. So that's the way I do it.
Cool. Okay, sorry guys for getting disconnected there. I want to show you basically what I was trying to show you. Let me get back into my screen here. Okay, so like I was saying, it only took me like 3 hours to design this. Um, like Frank was saying, yes, I don't think you're going to be using all the programs at once. Most likely you're going to be using at the most two at the same time, which is going to be probably Bluebeam and Revit. Bluebeam and Revit are probably going to be the most ones you're going to be using because you're going to be doing the modeling, and Bluebeam's going to help you do the modeling, look up what you need to look up how it is and what it is, what conduits you need, you know, stuff like that. So, Bluebeam, I would say if you guys haven't downloaded it already, download it as soon as possible. Okay, get it on your computer because in my classes right now, there's a lot of people that didn't download it, so they didn't, you know, start learning it. I downloaded it right away and I started learning it right away. It's just a basic PDF program that you can use to look up all your panels and then also annotize all your stuff too, which is label. You know, you can do annotations and stuff like that too to do basically on the Bluebeam PDF, you can draw out lines of one line drawings on those drawings of colors and stuff like that to mark out what goes where and what it is exactly. Now, what I was talking about the annotations are marking those markups. Each markup that you do, you're going to mark, okay, I need three-quarter conduits on this line right here from this panel to this panel. It's basically your one line drawing, but it's giving you the annotations of what you'll need for that one line. So, Bluebeam, I like a lot because especially if you already have all the information you need, which is basically what we're going to get every time, is we're going to be presented with all this data and it's going to be all into one model, and you're going to get a PDF of the whole everything of all the data that needs to go into that model, and you're going to design it that way. Inventor, like Frank was saying, is going to help us build those families so we can design better. We can design more. You know, say the client wants something out of pocket and it's not in our Revit state. That's where Inventor comes in. Inventor, we design whatever that is. We get the specifications of that. You know, say it's a different kind of panel, different size panel. That's what's in our Revit. You know, we're going to add that different size panel into that Revit family, and we're going to start using that. But we're going to design that panel in Inventor in a 3D way to where we can see it in all ways and make sure all the dimensions are correct, make sure the depth is correct, the length, the height, the width, everything. And then that's when you take it, and once it's complete, and you export it into Revit into the family, and then you can use it into Revit. Is there anything you guys want me to go over in this last half hour? Is there any questions you guys would like me to answer to make you feel a little bit better or a little bit more comfortable? Ray, you got a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I guess my main questions are like when you're in Bluebeam, those PDF files, or if I'm following along on video, certain files, that I don't have. Is there a way that we can get like some of those files downloaded from somewhere so that I can get like a better picture of what I'm doing when I'm like sitting here modeling by myself?
Of course. Of course. So when you guys once you get more into your training, like we were saying earlier, you guys are going to probably get into teams, and you're somebody's going to be the team captain, and then you're going to have like 4 to 5 people behind you, and they're going to give you a section on that on the model. Okay. And Frank was kind of showing you guys earlier, but I will show you right here. It's the PDF file or model or whatever you're going to be doing is going to basically show up in the ACC cloud. You're going to be using the ACC cloud for all your data, all your, Revit links and stuff like that. They only use the Google Drive for the schooling, for all the recordings and stuff like that. So in the ACC cloud, you're going to get into here and let's get it to, okay, so this is my project. This is the section for my team. I'm Team Fusion. I'm the team captain of Team Fusion. We have a certain sections on this model that got sent to us that we have to build conduit, trapezes, all that. Okay, make sure that we're doing it correctly. So in the sections that are highlighted red, we're going to be I'll be designing, and that's what I was showing you on my other model. Is you're going to get that PDF file, and it's going to get into Bluebeam, which is the full. Here, let's go over to here, which is the full printout. Oh my god. And we'll go to the top. Oh, my bad. And this is the first page, and there's 53 pages. There's basically a set of prints for this whole model, and it's giving you all the electrical prints. Sorry, this is all the electrical prints for this model because we're doing electrical modeling on this model. So, like I said, they're going once you get into teams, they're going to give you this model. I don't know about it's going to be this model. It might be this one because this is a very good model to learn off of. Now, take it like this: is this building's already been built. This is a building that's been built like years ago. They're using this as an example, something that you can get into and start modeling the way you think it should be done, up to code, everything. So you're going to get presented a set of prints, and you're going to basically use the search bar to look up each panel, load capacity, and stuff like that, so you know how many conduits you need, where this panel goes, where that panel is, where this switch gear is, where this substation it's getting its power from, obviously, and how you're gonna run the conduit and stuff. Most of the time, you're going to be presented all this data. It's all, and all that data is data that's been presented by the architectural and the engineers and stuff like that. They've already modeled the building as far as architectural and structural. Then we'll get a certain amount of specifications, I believe, of what power is going to go into this building, how much power is going to go into this building, what size of switchgear we need, how many substations we need, how many panels we need, all that. It's all going to be presented in data that's already analyzed by other people, by engineers, electrical engineers, and stuff like that. So all we're doing is we're modeling it. We're putting it into the model, we're putting it into the prints, and they're using us as electricians with our experience because we know what needs to be done. Now we know it needs to happen for that contractor, that electrical contractor. We can basically put ourselves in their shoes at this point, after as they're doing their job, we're modeling it, and then we're presenting it to the electrical contractor, and he's building it. Now, like I was saying, they brought us on as electricians for our experience, so we can model it in such a way that electrical contractors not going to have a bunch of questions, not going to have a bunch of change orders and stuff like that. That's what the Navisworks is for, to manage your model, to manage the clashes and stuff like that. So we're basically making it easier for the general contractor, for the electrical contractor, for the plumbing contractor, and for the mechanical contractor, so they can build these places a lot quicker. And that's why they brought us in as electricians. We have the experience. Let's take that experience and put it into the modeling and make sure it's done right. So that way we don't have any delays. We don't have change orders. We don't have this. We don't have that. It goes through smoothly. Like, the electrical contractor goes in there and just builds it out. No change orders, no delays, any of that, and the only thing that could delay that project at that point is the client changing something up, which usually happens. I mean, come on, we're all in the field. We know it happens. The client changes everything all the time, like every day almost, you guys know how it is. So, if there's any other questions you guys have, feel free to ask. I don't know what else you guys would like me to cover. I know you guys are only like 3 classes in, so I don't want to get too far into it to where you guys are confused. You know what I'm saying? My suggestion, like I was saying in the beginning, and like Frank was saying in the beginning, watch the videos. It's the best thing you can do. And once they give you access to the ACC, which they probably already have, I'm not sure if they did or not, get into these project files. I would say the SCD Builders BIM Lab Friday file. Okay. And you're going to get into these video recordings right here and go to the lab recordings, or the, which they already did one lab. So you could go through that lab and see what we did in that lab, and you can kind of follow along. I would say do that video and then do the MEP. Excuse me. Do the MEP, watch these ones. I suggest you watch these ones like crazy. And if you have to, watch them again. It helps a lot right here. So you're going to go into the Revit MEP video tutorials, and that's going to be under your SCD Builders BIM Lab Friday. I don't know if you guys have access to that yet, but if you guys do,
we have
you do.
access
Okay,
to
cool.
our own class file. It's got the models and videos in it, everything.
Okay, cool. Whatever you have access
got a
to,
lot of
I
videos.
definitely suggest you guys watch that stuff. It's going to help out a lot. The videos are very, very helpful. But you guys have access to the Google Drive as well. Am I correct? In
Correct.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so go with the shared with me, then go into the Napa, and then go over to the Revit and then go into the unit video library, and then you're going to want to go over to these ones right here, the panel calculations, or do this one right here. Do the 1.1, watch all the 1.1 videos, and then watch all the 1.2 panel calculation videos. And go to the tutorial videos, session 3, not session 4, and watch all 6 of these videos. It's going to help out a lot, like big time with your modeling. It's going to help you set up the how to run the conduit, how to run the secondary circuits, all the secondary branch circuits, all the connections, the vertical segments, and stuff like that. In the other one, go back. And this one, watch all these ones. It's going to teach you how to make your floor plans, all your 3D views, your workspace creations, your section views. Like I was showing you with the section view, how to you do your section view, and then you can mess with your heights of your receptacles and your panels and stuff like that. Okay. Now, and your filters, it'll help you out with your filters as well. Like I was telling you right here, the green and the blues, these are called filters. Okay, so I labeled or I color coded my conduits to so it can show me which is which. Like the green conduits are UPS panels. My distribution panels are all blue. So it's so that way you don't have to go in there and go, is this what I need? Is this the conduit I need? Is this the, panel I need? You know what color it is. Okay, all my distribution panels are this color. All my UPS panels are this, or and so on and so on and so on. It'll show you how to create those filters. But as you get more into this training, they're going to show you in the training as well. But I suggest you watch the video so you can get ahead of the game. And that way, when he's showing you in the class, you're following along right with him and you're doing it along right with him. That's my suggestion, is definitely watch the videos. That's the number one thing out of all this. If you guys want to end this a little early, I'm cool with that. Frank, if you're cool with that ending a little early, unless you want to input something at the very end here. Ray, do you have another question or?
Yeah, I got a good question. I've been playing
Yeah.
doing some pipes. So I'm selecting the whole run, right, with tab, and I want to copy the same run. How do I do that?
Okay, so here, I will show you that right now, actually. Okay, let's just go ahead and let's take this conduit right here. Okay, I'm just going to select that conduit right there, okay? And then I'm going to go over here to the copy button right here. And then you're going to want to go over to your end section of the pipe, which is right here. You make sure you get in the center. This is, you can go on the edge too, but my suggestion, get in the center, then you're going to click, and then it's going to give you how many inches apart those two pipes are from center to center. Okay. Now let's say 10 inches, and I'm going to place that conduit. Now I can do it again, is I can go over another 10 inches and do it again, another 10 inches and do it again, and keep doing that until you don't want any more conduits. And then you push escape. And then now you're out of that section. Now what you can do is, if you want to select multiple conduits at one time, is you hold control and then select that product, keep holding control and keep selecting the products you want. Okay. Now I'm going to push copy again. And I'm going to go over this, and it's going to give me 4 conduits right there. Boom. You got multiple conduits. So it's all in the copy. Once you get the copying down, then you're good. That's how I completed all these conduits so quickly. First I did this section right here. I did all these 4 conduits. Then I went over here and I did all 4 of these conduits. Okay. And then I went to each end and I connected each end to the panels, to the panel and to the substation. This way, right here, they go up. Now I can show you guys in my 3D view too. This one right here. Okay. As you can see all my stuff's color coded, and it's best for the 3D view. If you're trying to find something in your 3D view, this is the best thing to do, is make sure you put your filters on so you can mark out which pipes are yours. See how all of these aren't mine. These aren't my conduits right here. All the color coded conduits are mine. So No matter what, like I think I think it was Delane pointed out earlier, are you going to see other people's modeling and stuff like that? Yeah, as long as they synchronize to central, as long as they're saving and synchronizing to central, then you're good. Then you'll start seeing everybody else's work. That's why I see a bunch of everybody else's work and stuff like that. So, um,
So
go
your
ahead.
team just only ran conduit?
Um, Now what I'm seeing here is um just what I modeled and what's of what electrical equipment is already been set. Okay. Now I set up my visual graphics, which is my VG here, in such a way to where I'm not seeing all these Revit links. You see all these Revit links? Now, if I turn all these on, okay, and push apply, it's going to take a minute because it's got to regenerate everything back into it. See how everything's coming back? And you can kind of do a clash detection as well in this mode. But most of the time, what you're going to have a clash detection with, I believe, what I've seen so far is structural and probably just mostly structural. You're going to have clash detection with most of the time. And that's what I think it is. But I could be wrong. I haven't got into the modeling yet, into like real life modeling yet. Like I said, I'm still in the training. So
Okay.
I'm right there with you guys. I'm only a little ahead of you guys. And I'm very, very honored to be here to, teach you guys what I know so far. And I really appreciate you guys working with me here in this time and, following along with me and dealing with me. I know I'm a little quick on my explanations and stuff like that, but um, it's pretty easy once you get into it. It's not that hard. Don't think too much of it. It's it's really not that hard. You can always fix your mistake. That's one thing I've learned is you can fix your mistake pretty easily on these programs. So, um, any other questions?
When it comes down to modeling for like factories and like other commercial work, I know you say you wanted us to model like exactly up to code. So, does that include like just like the standard practices, like as far as um put in a box every 100 feet or so, like when you're like
Mm-hmm.
putting the pole wire and stuff like that. Like, are we making sure that we have all those consistent details added as well?
Yes, but I think that's more on the smaller side, with like the smaller conduit, like 1 inch, 3/4, half-inch, and stuff like that. I think you would need the multiple boxes and stuff like with these feeders, from substations to panels to distribution panels and stuff like that. And what is it? Main switchgear to substations. Main switchgear to substations, you're going to be using cable trays and stuff like that. Um, Cable trays, it's easy. You just got to make sure it's supported. That's the number one thing. Yeah, that's it. It's not a whole lot with that. You don't have to put in boxes with cable trays and stuff like that. Now, when you get into like the bigger conduit, like 3 inch conduit and stuff like that, if you have a run that has more than, obviously more than 390s, obviously you got to put in a box. It's, that's code. Um, Honestly, I would think it would, like I was saying earlier, we want to make it easier on these electrical contractors in the field. Am I correct? Because we've always wanted somebody to make it easier on us when we were in the field. Um, so I would say design it the way you would build it in the field. And it's going to be up to code because we've been doing this for a long time now. This shit comes fucking second nature to us now. You know, we know where we need to put a box. We know where we need to put a pipe. We know what height we need it. We know what height we need that panel. It's, I would say just, yes, go with the code, but at the same time, go with what makes you feel comfortable as a builder and as a designer, and whatever is going to make it easier for that person that's building it. That's the way I think, but that's just my opinion on that. I really think that it's important that we make it easier for those guys in the field, because then it makes the build out a lot better and a lot less fuck ups at that point.
Yeah,
You
make
know?
the work easier.
Exactly. That's all we're like, literally what we're trying to do, and that's why they called us in as electricians here. We're very experienced electricians. None of us only have like a couple years experience. We all have at least 7+ years experience in this field. We know what we're doing. Now they want to take our experience and put it towards this modeling. And like I was saying earlier, don't let it get to you. Don't make it hard. Make it easier. Make it easy on yourself. Just don't think of it as like, oh my gosh, this is so difficult. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do that. Take one step at a time. That's my number one suggestion, is watch the videos and take it one step at a time. Because if you start trying to do multiple things at once, you're just going to confuse yourself. And yeah. So I don't really have anything else to say. I hope you guys appreciate what I've taught you guys here tonight. I'm not an expert at all. I am not a professional at this at all. I am trying my hardest to become a good BIM specialist as well. So all I got to say is have fun with this. It's a lot of fun. Have fun with it. Go ahead, Darius.
I said you did a great job, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
You and Frank both.
Um,
Yeah, I did. Awesome.
Yeah, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
the
I
insight.
really appreciate that, guys.